Hello everyone, welcome to the online physics class for BSc 4th SEM. In this pandemic situation, I hope all are doing well and safe. The better way to prevent COVID-19 is to be at home as a student. Kindly be safe and stay at home. Today we'll deal with relativity, under which I will discuss variation of mass with the velocity, Einstein's mass energy relation and Minkowski space. My name is H.B. Anandalli, Associate Professor, Vijayanagara College, Hospital. Heading, that is variation of mass with the velocity. Here consider two frames of references, that is S and S dash. Both the frames have, that is collinear x-axis. The frame S dash is moving along positive x-axis direction with a uniform velocity v with respect to the frame, that is S. Here consider two frames of references S and S having common x-axis. The frame S dash is moving along positive x-axis with a uniform velocity v relative to the frame S. Consider an inelastic collision of two identical balls A and B, each of mass m, in the frame S dash. The two balls A and B moving with a velocity u and minus u in S dash frame, means with respect to frame S dash, both ball A and B are moving with a velocity u and minus u. They collide with each other and after collision coalesce into one body. According to the law of conservation of momentum, we know that total momentum in a system is constant or remain same. So that total momentum of a ball A plus momentum of a ball B is equal to momentum of coalesced mass. Here mu minus mu is equal to 0. Means the coalesced mass is at rest with respect to the frame, that is S dash. Thus coalesced mass must be at rest in S dash frame. Now consider the collision with reference to the frame S. Let u1 and u2 be the velocities of the balls relative to the frame S. Then by the addition of velocity theorem, we can write u1 is equal to u plus v divided by 1 plus uv by c square. This is equation 1. u2 is equal to minus u plus v divided by 1 minus uv by c square. This is equation 2. After collision, the velocity of the coalesced mass is v with reference to the frame S. Let m1 and m2 be the masses of balls A and B as measured by an observer in S frame. Since total momentum is conserved, we have, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 plus m2 into v. This is equation 3. Now you substitute for, that is u1 and u2 in equation 3 from equation 1 and 2. Here we will get, that is m1 into, that is u plus v divided by 1 plus uv by c square plus m2 into, that is minus u plus v divided by 1 minus uv by c square is equal to m1 plus m2 into v. After simplification, last term we are going to get, that is m1 into, it means you take the LCM. Here m1 into u plus v minus uv square divided by c square total divided by 1 plus uv by c square is equal to m2 into v minus uv square by c square plus u minus v divided by 1 minus uv by c square. 1 minus v square by c square divided by 1 plus uv by c square is equal to m2 into u into 1 minus v square by c square divided by 1 minus uv by c square. In this expression, u into 1 minus v square by c square is same on both the sides, and they will be cancelled. So m1 by m2 is equal to 1 plus uv by c square divided by 1 minus uv by c square. This is equation 4. Now consider here 1 minus u1 square by c square. Already we know that u1 is equal to u plus v divided by 1 plus uv by c square equation. Here we are going to substitute for the value of u1, that is here 1 same on both sides, minus 1. Next we are substituting for u1, that is u plus v by c whole square divided by 1 plus uv by c square whole square. After simplification we are getting here the 1 plus 2 uv by c square plus u square v square divided by c to the power 4 minus u square by c square minus v square by c square minus 2 uv by c square total divided by 1 plus uv by c square whole square is equal to, that is 1 minus v square by c square minus v square by c square into 1 minus v square by c square. In this expression 1 minus u square by c square is same, that can be taken outside the bracket, and we are getting the equation, that is equation 5. Similarly we can consider another equation 1 minus u2 square by c square. We are substituting for once again u2, and finally we will get the equation, that is 6. Dividing equation 6 by equation 5, we get 1 minus u1 square by c square divided by 1 minus u1 square by c square is equal to 1 plus uv by c square whole square divided by 1 minus uv by c square whole square. Taking square root on both the sides, root of 1 minus u2 square by c square divided by 1 minus u1 square by c square is equal to 1 plus uv by c square divided by 1 minus uv by c square. This is equation 7. Now comparing equation 4 and equation 7, we get the m1 by m2 is equal to root of 1 minus u2 square by c square divided by root of 1 minus u1 square by c square. After cross multiplication, we are going to get the equation m1 into root of 1 minus u1 square by c square is equal to m2 into root of 1 minus u2 square by c square. This is equation 8. Two sides of equation 8 are independent of each other, hence each term must be equal to the same constant. The constant is taken as m0, which is called rest mass of the body and corresponds to zero velocity. Then m1 is equal to m0 divided by root of 1 minus u1 square by c square. In general, if m denotes the mass of the body when it is moving with the velocity v, then we can write m is equal to m0 divided by root of 1 minus v square by c square. This is equation 8. This is the relativistic mass. The mass of the moving body increases with increase in its velocity and is indicated as shown in the below figure. Means this figure indicates as velocity increases, the mass of the body is also increases. Note, if velocity of the body is very less than c, then v square by c square term is neglected and m is equal to m0. No increase in the mass of the body at very low speed. If velocity v is less than c, then 1 minus v square by c square is less than 1 and m is, that is, more than m0. The mass of the body increases with velocity when it is comparable with velocity of light. If v is equal to c, then 1 minus v square by c square is equal to 0 and m is equal to infinity. Hence, no material body can have a velocity equal to or greater than the velocity of light. Thank you.